something like that. What you gonna do? Go over my mama's house? I don't have no mother. You gonna go my girlfriend? I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have a daughter. I don't have, it's nothing. What are you gonna do? Cancel everything I ever had? What are you gonna take? What more can you take away from me? And that's what I'm saying about any media, any person that writes it. And I think without, releasing all the fear and all the what if this happens, I wouldn't have been able to make the Runaway film like the way we did it. I wouldn't be able to make the music, and I'm just at the very beginning. Now I've finally cracked out of the shell, and there's no, as you can see when I talk now, it's not really that same joke of like the ego and the arrogance and the dumb cocky shit I used to say. I'm really past the concept of ego. My whole thing is I really want to just help people by bringing levels of culture, ballerinas, and crashing them right next to hip hop, or sitting with Beyonce and working on how can we take this to where Michael took it and even take it further. In music, we respect the past so much that we almost, if Steve Jobs respected the first computer so much, we wouldn't have like iPads and iPhones today. So we have to use our technology to be able to put out better music. That's why we can do, technology is the reason why we can do Good Fridays. You couldn't have done that back in the days when they had 24-track reels and it took so long. Like literally, I'm programming Good Fridays things over the phone and saying put this chorus here and checking it on emails. And because of that, you all get more product, better, high quality product. Did you hear the beginning of Dark Fantasy? Just the layers of those vocals crashed up against RZA, and that's using the history of everything we have. It's like Chris Martin would talk to me about the drums, the black drums and stuff, the 808s, and like how rock wouldn't have that. And for us to juxtapose and crash the guitar sounds with synthesizer sounds, with auto-tune, with strings, with cellos, with classic Broadway melodies, with very like little kid type. If I was a little kid, I would make a song called Toast for the Douchebags. That would be what I would sing in gym or something against like 808 drums. And then hard, like Wu-Tang sounds above it with amazing raps, and then with poetry and everything. And that's what this art form, these are like paintings, especially for this album. Like sometimes we go on Good Fridays and just joke around and put out, what we're feeling off the cusp. But this power, 5,000 hours, 5,000 man hours to make the song. Like, and you can hear it, so much work, rewriting, rethinking about every line. I just needed time alone with my own thoughts. Got treasures in my mind, but couldn't open up my own vault. My childlike creativity, purity, and honesty is honestly being crowded by these grown thoughts. Reality is catching up with me, taking my inner child. I'm fighting for custody with this responsibility that they entrusted me. As I look down at my diamond-encrusted teeth, thinking no one man should have all this power. But what the subjects of the battle of creativity, and I feel like I'm a crusader of opening people's minds, because in America, to have taste, the way we bash people, the way we call people gay if they like look at the mirror too long, and not that there's any wrong with anyone being gay, but just the fact that just thinking in high schools, it's like taste has been thrown in the shallow box. Like you're shallow if you're into putting yourself together better, or if you want to take time to actually look at a black and white movie as opposed to looking at a bunch of explosions. And you can't masculinely do that. But if you look at Fellini films, and back in the days when men used to really get suited up, and actually it's almost like you're borderline that masculine if you open the door for a woman, or if you have some taste in that aspect. And it's just growing. And what I really appreciate about what the Runaway film shows, and people like kids vibing with it, is that it does show a protective male figure with some type of taste that would be protective of his lady under any circumstance. And that type of imagery needs to be an option. So once again, that's another reason why, even though if, as Pink, the most credible artist in the world, says, I'm the biggest piece of shit on earth or whatever, even if that's the way people feel, and they feel like they've lost respect for the reality, or threw me into the racist box, I have to like white people more than any rapper ever. Look at my pants and stuff like that's like. Look at the people I collaborate with. Like, even like for me, where I visited my father, where I was the only black kid during entire summers, because he stayed in the suburbs, and where I stayed with my mother, we stayed in gang-infested communities, and having to navigate between those two words and learning how to speak both of those languages and still, you know, be myself. And that's helped me so much to be able to communicate, because that's exactly what I do. It'll be super gangster rap right next to really, really pop melodies. So it's just saying, in this, I don't think that my journey or my struggle of what I want to do can be solved within one album process or maybe in one life process. But just like Mandela, and forgive me for using like grandiose political comparisons, but just as Mandela blew up the buildings and eventually became president, sometimes, contrary to popular opinion, you have to blow up the buildings. You have to make a change. If you could see the emotion in Justin's face when he lost to the Dixie Chicks, and CeeLo was sitting right next to him, wrote Crazy. I don't know what song, I can't even tell you a song that they won for. And I have nothing against the Dixie Chicks. It was just wrong, though. It was so incorrect. And, oh, why do you care about that? Well, you're a musician, so you shouldn't. But Kobe cares. Kobe cares if they deduct 12 points that he just put in the basket. What if the Lakers right now just took it away? No, you don't win a championship. No, I know, we know you won, but no, come on, man, you know what it is. You got a car, man, No, that's what they asked us to do. Like, going to award shows is like getting dressed up, spending all your life getting dressed up, giving everything you have to your girlfriend and everything, making sure that she's straight and everything. Now you're putting on your suit, you go do red carpets, you take pictures, and then they open up the curtain, and there your girlfriend is there cheating on you. That's what you got dressed up to see. And then they tell you, come back next year. You get to see it again. If you say anything, then you lose everything. If you say anything, then you lose everything. If you say anything, then you lose everything. So, with that, thank you very much.